Hi everybody, how's everybody doing today? I'm showing you a finished project before I start the process. This is a collaboration I'm in with Thejunkingdatagirl here on YouTube. I'll link her channel down below. And it's also my hashtag for the CAC. It's my contribution for hashtag thankful #4 art. This process took me, when I look at all the footage, it's about 9 hours of video, and I'm doing a voiceover and speeding through. This is a recycled bottle that I'm using and some paper clay from Daiso. I've shown it the type of clay in a previous video before this video, and I'm using a styrofoam ball, and I'm just going to roll the clay. And this is my first this is my first clay doll that I've ever done. Never played with this stuff before as far as for a process of a clay doll. So I really am happy with her, and I don't think this is going to be the last time I do a clay doll. I think I'm kind of addicted now. So I just keep rolling and rolling and rolling, working with the stuff. And yeah, 9-hour video. I really did have to speed through it. And I think that you guys can get the gist of the process, and I hope to inspire you guys. And so I'm right here watching right along with you guys and doing a voiceover. Also, it was really cold in my room, so the clay kind of gave me a hard time. But in the end, since you guys already got a sneak peek of the actual finished project, the finished clay doll, really am happy with her. I'm pulling the clay back off and thinking that maybe I can smooth it a little bit more. My hands are frozen. It does end up working out though. Okay, let's see, what am I up to here? I think I'm going to, well, what I'm trying to do is figure out how to paint a glass bottle. And I didn't really know exactly how to do that, and I didn't want to do any research because I didn't want to be influenced. So I came up with the idea of just getting some glue mixture that I made up in a napkin and laying the napkin on top of the glass. That way I had a surface to work on. And my brush that I'm using, it's wet so that the glue doesn't rip the napkin. I find that to be the best possible way not to rip a napkin. And yeah, I just keep going and going and going. I don't want to glue the napkin to the bottom of the bottle because I want my bottle to lay flat. And it does, it lays nice and flat. And I don't care if there's creases because it ends up, in my mind, looking like fabric. And it's creasy like a dress and flowy. And just trying to figure out, while you guys are watching, what to use to stick the head into the top of the bottle. I did go out into the backyard, and on my husband's drill press I made a hole in the top of the bottle, the plastic bottle lid, the plastic lid for the bottle. And PVA glue, even hot glue, did not keep that head on the bottle. It sure didn't. What I leave out of the footage is my husband actually screwing a screw into the bottom of the lid and running it through the head, and now it's perfect. I even wrapped napkin to give her a neck, and it worked for a few hours until it never dried and didn't stick. So my mistake, but I learned from it, and showing you guys I didn't leave it out. It works for a while though, it really did. But a while wasn't good enough. So we figured out a screw. Okay, right here I have the color Flesh from Deco Arts. And we're just going to do a very messy job, and I purposefully did a messy job because I knew that it wasn't going to be the end of my painting. You know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I do a lot of messing around. And then I start wiping back because I kind of wanted the napkin to come out. And the napkin was completely dry. It was a few hours later. So wiping back didn't harm the napkin. It didn't rip any off. And what you see there is Deco Arts gel stain in brown. And then I come and wipe that off. I really do like the effect. And then I think I come in, yeah, some more gel stain, and then I wipe it off. And then I come in with Bahama Blue. And now I'm trying to figure out other wires to do a dress form. And all of this whole process that I go through, it was not thought up at all. You know, I just jump in and I create, and whatever I'm feeling at the moment, and see what comes out of it. Now I could have done a 3-tier, but I decided to only do a 2-tier, side to side. You'll see right now what I mean. Because it's going to go on a shelf, on a wall, and if I did a 3-tier for the dress, the wire form that I'm doing right now, it wouldn't have stayed against the wall. So that's the only reason I didn't do a 3-tier. All of this is coming out from the top of my head. I have done lampshades this way. I used to sell at flea markets handmade lampshades. So I kind of had that process already figured out in my head on how to do this. Basically, get a napkin, get glue, get some water on your brush, and be okay with wrinkles, and be okay with mess-ups and tears, and be okay with the process that you're going to go through, and the I don't know stage of, wow, where's this going? And you'll be surprised. As a matter of fact, the part that looks nice and tidy is not the part that I like. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. You see the inside right there where it's all, see I'm pouring water, where it's all on top of each other and messy and gathering. Not that part. That part is nice and neat. The underneath is where the messy looking part. And that's the part that attracts me. You'll see right now. So I start cutting and I start saying to myself, I really like the messy part. Okay, so you know what? Let's do this. Let's just throw it on top of the bottle and bend it. Bend it over. There we go. And that's the part that I really like. The messy looking part. And then I say to myself, let's just get some glue and let's just keep playing. So I start drizzling glue all over it. And it's still in the wet process. Drizzle glue, like a lot of glue. Let's just keep drizzling. When it dries, it's going to dry with an effect. What effect is it going to give? I don't know. But I was kind of thinking like candle drippings. But then I took it somewhere else. And I don't smooth this out at all. I don't get a paintbrush. No, I just let it keep drizzling out. As a matter of fact, I even go into the bottle and I make the hole that the glue is coming out of bigger because I wanted more glue to come out. And that's exactly what happened, more glue. Then I start looking around my desk and I see that I have caviar beads. You'll see in a second though. So we start jumping around. I found, what is this, pearl trim, I think it's called. It came in Happy Mail. And I decided to give her a pearl necklace, and I really freeform it. I let it fall, however, I don't try to straighten it out. I don't try to make it perfect at all. I'm just letting it do what it wants to do, and just let this doll start becoming whatever she wants. And here's the caviar beads. These caviar beads, you can find them in the nail art section at the dollar store. You can find them online. And I start just letting it all fall on that glue, that wet glue that's dripping everywhere. It's a beautiful effect. I really enjoyed it. And I really apologize for getting off screen. It's pretty hard to stay on screen and create. You kind of get lost in your thoughts and your creativity. And right there I'm using some teal caviar beads. And they sure do look gorgeous. And we're still wet. What I did here is I found some wire. Well, I didn't find wire. I have wire. I'm a wire artist. And I wrapped some tape. These are techniques that I do in my jewelry. I've never done arms before. I didn't know exactly what I was doing at all. So I grabbed some masking tape, put it right in the middle, and I started forming an arm with 4 pieces of wire on each end. I apologize I didn't slow this part down. Then I just wrap it in the little plastic ring that's around the bottle. So it's 4 wires, and I use 1 wire to be the part that hooks into the ring that's already on the bottle. And then I just braid down. I just do a braid. At this point where you guys see me doing a braid, I really have no clue how I'm going to make the arms or what I'm going to do with it. But that's just the way I play in my art room. Here we are going to do a nose. So I'm going to sculpt a very tiny nose. I have a hard time with it, I really do, since it's my first time. But I just allow myself to play. I find a spot, I put some down. It does give me a hard time, but I work through it. And I just continue working through it. And it was kind of hard for me to lay her down and work on it. I try, I really do try. But I did really need to see what I was doing. If for any reason you guys want me to do an even slower video, I might be able to do that for you guys if I get enough requests. And I just grab a random tool. I think the tool that I'm using is actually to crack nuts open. It's just a tool that I have around that it's always been around me and I've always used. It's a comforting tool to me. And then I decide I need some cheeks. I need the cheeks to pop up. So I have the brush next to me, and it's a wet brush. So I keep adding water, taking away some water. Keep in mind it's my first paper clay experience doing a doll, and if it's going to be yours, just be patient and let your mistakes happen. Let your mistakes happen and work through them. And then the paintbrush that I have that is wet is actually dirty water. It's what do they call it? Mud water. It's just it's just water from the brushes that I clean. So it turned my whole head a gunky gray, and I'm okay with that because everything's fixable. I grab some flesh and I just go at it. And I even get some of that flesh on the pearls, and I'm okay with that. It's a handmade piece of art, and it's going to be in my collection, and it just gives her character. I really enjoyed the doll. And you see how her head keeps moving? It's because that glue on the wire really didn't work. But the more I play and the more I create these dolls, because I do intend on making lots and lots more, she really makes me happy. She brought a part of me that I didn't know existed. But the more and more experience I get, I'll figure out exactly how to get a head to hold on tight. Then I have some vintage yarn, and I tie a knot in the middle of it, place it down with glue gun, and really just let it all just freeform. The glue that you guys see that's coming out of the glue gun is actually a pastel pink glue that they sell. I didn't have any more, so I ended up sticking a clear glue stick in there, but I'm fine. It's all perfectly fine. I have no pattern. I have nothing to go with. I'm just letting it all free form. You know, letting her hair be wild. None of the glue came up, really, at all. There was no spider webs. And if there is spider webs, all you have to do is, the spider webs from the glue, all you have to really do is hit it with the heat gun and they disappear. I do keep burning my finger because I'm not experienced with the glue gun, really. I really don't use the glue gun much, but for this instance, I did. I just keep burning those little fingers. And I'm grabbing some more yarn, and I don't have the same color yarn, and I'm okay with that. I just put in another shade up of the pretty dusty pink. It's still a pretty dusty pink. It's like having highlights in the hair. And I just let it freeform wherever it falls. You see my laptop on the side. I really didn't realize that the laptop was going to come out on camera, but that's okay. I'm just there chatting with Thejunkingdatagirl and Mark Muir, and I think Cinnamon was on there. We were just having a Skype party while I continue creating. Yeah, I just keep rolling my fingers because they keep getting burnt. And then finding loose little spots and just gluing them down. I'm realizing that there needs to be more hair right there, and I like that little piece that's just sticking out. I'd leave it there, and I like the way it looks. It's kind of like when we put our hair up and some fall out of our bun. It's pretty. So we got little flowies. So the Thejunkingdatagirl is going to also be doing a clay doll. I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it. Yeah. So jump on over to the Thejunkingdatagirl's channel and see her collaboration with me. and also for the hashtag Thankful for Art. And see what all the other wonderful artists have come up with. So Maricha and I thought this up. We thought, well, we're always hanging out on Skype, and we're very thankful for each other. So let's do a collaboration at the same time. And we help each other out all the time with the CAC stuff, and we're very supportive friends. So I'm very grateful for her. I'm grateful for Cinnamon Cooney. I am grateful for Mark Muir, who has become a new friend, and also Ginger Cook. So many people that I'm meeting, but Maricha holds a very special part in my heart, and so we did this collaboration together. It's her first clay doll also, which is super cool. We did our first clay dolls together. And I just keep playing with the hair. Us girls always play with our hair. And then let's see what else I come up with. Oh, I think I had to unplug the glue gun. Sure did. Oh, her head fell off. So I keep putting her back on and off the bottle just to get a clear visual of where she's heading. And I think I'm holding her up to the light. And I notice that the head wants to fall off, so I glue gun it, thinking maybe glue gun will work. It doesn't, but I still continue. As long as it stays for as long as this project is being done, and then secure her at the end. And there I am laying the druzy stones that I showed you guys how to do. There is a video on the druzy stones, and I decided to put them all around her waist. I only show you guys the first part of this where I put it at the whole front, and off camera I continue putting the druzy stone on the sides and the back all the way around. And the reason for me doing that is just putting these stones, druzy stones, took a good hour, and then another 2 hours just to dry. So that's why I decided to just show you guys that I put it in the front, show you how I do that, and then move on to something else. I'm not too sure what's going to come up, but I definitely show you guys how I put them on the front. And I think I even get some more glue and run it on the top, and it dried very clear, and it did not disrupt the shine. The shine is all still there. It's still very, very glittery. And then I put a little hole on the top of my container to let the rest of the glitter come out. Now here I have polymer clay. It is so cold. I had to sit on that polymer clay for over an hour. And I'm making a moon. I'm shaping a moon. And I have ideas for the moon. But right now, what you guys are seeing, I'm not even sure if I'm going to use the moon. But since you guys did see the finished project, I did end up using it. And then I decided to make a crown. And it's just some random piece of lace. And I put some fabric stiffener and I left it there until it stiffened. It didn't take long. And now we're moving on to some cheesecloth. And I decided, since I have the fabric stiffener and I have the glue out, let's try the arms. Let's see what we come up with. And I just keep wrapping it around and around and around with regular white school glue, and then I decide, wait, the fabric stiffener stuff from Deco Arts is right next to me. I might as well use that. It'll get stiff. The glue will be, the white school glue is thicker, just to give it, you know, some chunkiness, but then again I need the fabric stiffener to stiffen the fabric, so let's use both. And at this point I have no clue how I'm going to sculpt out the hands, so it's kind of nerve-wracking for me, thinking, okay, I'm finishing the arms, I'm wrapping them, they're going to be fine, but what am I going to do with these hands? How do I form hands? This is my first time. Do I really want to go through trying to form fingers and hands? Well, I don't let that stop me. I continue on. Then we're just going to wrap up the other arm. Same method, same steps. And the arms right now, they move. They're movable arms, which is pretty cool. Just keep wrapping around. And I do remember this part. This is 3 days later that I'm doing the voiceover. I do remember thinking to myself, oh boy, Secret, what are you going to do with the hands? How are you going to make fingers? Oh, we get around that though. Nothing stops us. And then I just cut it. I try cutting it. And then I decided, nope, we're not cutting it. We're going to bandage up all the way down until we figure out what we're going to do with these hands. Okay, so I decided the black part of the bottle cap needed to get covered. So I had some lace and I just ran it through. And I decided, you know what, since the lace has to dry, I might as well do the back of the druzy stones. Okay, now I heated up the moon in the little tin with the heat gun, and I have the color birch, which I need to shake it up. There, shook it up. Painted the moon a birch color. It's called white birch. Now, I wanted to do it messy. I wanted it to be very messy moon with texture. The way the moon looks, the moon looks very textured. Well, the moon is textured. It's got crevices and all. And I have the heat gun, and I'm trying my hardest to get through this. Heating it up, and then I notice it starts bubbling, and I'm okay with that. Let it bubble. Then I come back on top of it with an oyster beige. And I want some more bubbles, and I start heating it up some more. We got to get some craters in that moon. And we do. I did manage to get craters in that moon. Ain't she cute? I'm really in love with her. She's so adorable. Then I grabbed some ballerina. It's just called Ballerina by Americana Multi-Surface Satin. And I just paint up the arms. They're nice and dry. It's been, I think we're on the second day. The crown is not there permanently. That's why you see it fall. I was just playing with the crown where I'm going to stick it. And I decide to put some glue just randomly, and I go, hey, glass of jar. Where's my glass of jar full of glitter? I go and I fetch it. Fetch that glitter. And then I just dunk it in. And I just love the way it looks. And I go, we need more glitter. And I dunk it in. It's always fun to dunk things into glitter. And we've got glitter everywhere. Even the dogs are wearing glitter. I'm gonna let it dry a little, and there goes that head again. So I ended up getting the Judikins glue, and I try to put it down with Judikins glue. No luck. It helps for a little bit, but not for long. And I have my husband on the side. He says, "Babe, just let me put a screw through that head." I'm like, we'll see. Okay, so I'm using the Judikins glue, and I'm going to place it on top of the head. Then I decide, hey, remember those butterfly molds that you made secret? I said, yes. Let's paint one up and see if we can be very creative with it. I said, okay. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm grabbing some gum, because now we're on a mission, and a girl on a mission needs gum. Then I grab, what color is that? It is Blue Mist by Americana, and it's a perfect moon color in my eyes. Then I grab that butterfly and I'm chewing that gum. And right there I'm using a fabric paint in yellow. And then there's blue on my mat, so I decided, hey, let's use that blue. And we threw the blue. Then I dry it. And what else do we do? Just furiously chewing on that gum, though. Chew, chew, chew. Gum, gum, gum. What are we gonna do? Oh, yeah, that's right. I end up rubbing Deco Arts Mixed Media Fluid. Yeah, on top. And it comes out spectacular. Spectacular. Amazing. I'm like in love with this whole project. And then I get my stays on in black. Not working quite well. Then I get another kind of ink. That's a permanent ink. Lori B sent to me. And that worked perfect. Let's cover everything up before you spill it. Oh, and the pan pastel that I'm going to use, Kelly Donovan gifted that to me. I'm grateful for that. Very thankful for Kelly Donovan. And it's nice to see you back. And I go, let's get that Judy Duncan stuff out again. And let's grab our caviar beads. Oh, it's not Judy Duncan. Sorry, guys, it's Judy Kins. But you know what? I think I'm going to rename it to, since she doesn't pay me to advertise her glue, I'm going to call it Judy Duncans. So now it's the Judy Duncans glue. Unless she wants to sponsor me and send me some glue, I'll correct it. Otherwise, it's Judy Duncans. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to freeform, very messy, and I love the messy look. It's all intended. Wire wrap that moon. I've got ideas. Got ideas. That gum had some magic in it. Oh, that's right. I didn't put in the caviar beads till now. I got ahead of myself. I'm just super excited to put this video up. Here's the caviar beads. And I'm using a clear pearlized caviar bead on the moon. And as far as the butterfly, I use a, what color is that? Oh, it is, my favorite color, one of my favorite colors. it's a cobalt blue that I end up putting on the butterfly. It's a gorgeous butterfly. Allowing yourself to just play and create your imagination. It's amazing. And then here I'm just going to do closed eyes because one, it's cute. It's very soft. But two, it's just faster for me to do that. We would be here for another 4 hours if I even tried to do, the eyes that I like to do. I just gave her some small eyelashes. And I am using Uniball. And I do heat set it. That's the trick with those pins. You gotta heat set them. And there's the pan pastels sent over from Kelly Donovan from YouTube. And giving her some cheeks. It's my first time playing with the pan pastels and I really like it. It really did work out. All of it worked out. All of it. All of my mistakes, all of everything worked out. She's got so much character. I tried to use that pink pencil marker thingamajig. Nah, didn't work for me. So I end up using just a random paintbrush and using the color Coral Blush and putting that into the lips. Now, that paintbrush is in bad shape, but I still use it. If you've been around my channel for a while, I use what I have. I'm still trying to figure out, oh no, that my husband did put the screw. By now, you guys see, the screw's in there. Then I'm like, oh my god, what are you going to do with these fingers? Well, that magic chewing gum helped me out. Look what I ended up doing, guys. The beautiful butterfly that we created, she ends up holding it. Oh, so nice. It came out so nice. I go, well, I want her to hold the moon. So let's have her hold the moon and stick her little fingers into the butterfly also. I'm super excited. I'm so happy to share this with you guys. You guys are the first to see me create my first clay doll, and I'm very proud of her, and I hope to have inspired you guys to just jump into whatever it is you guys want to jump into and just create. Look at how gorgeous that is, even without a head. My husband did a very, very good job thinking up of a scheme on how to get Secret's doll head to stick. He did it. He did it. And he loves the doll. He loves the doll. He wants me to make more, and I am. And it's very encouraging to hear your partner, your husband, the one you love and the one that loves you encourage you. And he sure does encourage me. Look at what a cutie she is. She's pretty. I'm very proud of her. Very proud. I'm a proud mama. And I end up pulling the camera off so that I can show you guys. It's the first time I've done that. Guys, I'm so proud of her that I brought the camera down. And excuse all the splatters on my monitor, on my box. There's splatters everywhere. It's just splatters of art. Very pretty, you see? See how pretty. Now, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And I'm grateful for my new subscribers and my old subscribers.